Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. As you can see, we have our wonderful guest here, Keto Mike. Mike, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Have my usual partner in crime, Cindy. I
Woo.
definitely have been absent at being the accomplice lately. Definitely no complaints on my end. I have no complaints, no excuses. Life has just been busy, and that's always a good thing. So here we have Lynn. Hi, Cindy, Sana, Mike, and everyone. Glad to see you with us
Good to
again,
see
Sana.
you.
You were missed. Oh,
Oh,
thank you, thank
Yes.
you. That
I
is
let
like
them
the
all know
one
last week you
thing.
were working.
Yes, that's the one thing that is hard to kind of part with is personal life pulling away from the community time. Not even YouTube time because I could do without social media. It's more so the interaction with everybody, the community part of it. So
Hmm.
I appreciate Cindy holding it down. I felt so bad because it was because of work that I had to kind of split my shift. But
oh Lord.
yeah, I've been having some really crazy work weeks. Like I was telling Cindy, this week alone, I put in 60 hours at work. And that's kind of been like my norm is anywhere from like 50 to 60 hour work weeks, but it's second nature to me. It's something I'm used to. So
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Hi,
Lisa
Jason.
Ortega is here with us. Hello, hello.
And
That's Jason
Jason's
Keto and
here.
more. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Hope everyone has had a great week. I am shocked it's Friday. This Friday kind of snuck up on me. I don't know how both you, Mike, and Cindy feel about this week, but it seemed like everything was like at snail pace, and then boom, Friday was here.
Yeah, it's been that way for me. We've about last part of October, 1st of November, my life kind of got turned upside down.
Mm.
My brother-in-law, his wife passed away,
Oh,
Oh,
so
and
sorry to hear.
thank you. She was she was everything to him, and
Mm,
they were soulmates, true soulmates. And
yeah.
my brother-in-law is mentally disabled since birth,
Oh, okay.
and so he moved in with us, and
Right.
he's living with us now, and he's he can't drive, he can't read, he can't write, and so we're picking up a lot of stuff with him and doing a lot of things,
Mhm.
and it has been majorly time consuming.
Oh, yeah. It's not
Between
easy being a caregiver.
yeah,
mhm.
between doing things for him
Mhm.
and my wife because she has Alzheimer's,
Right, 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 right.
my day is full.
Mhm.
So that's why I hadn't put any videos out. The only thing I've been doing is lives
Yeah,
because I want to put videos out. I've got videos that I've done, and I can't get them posted because I can't
I
edit
hear
them.
you. I hear
I'll
you.
just put them up the way they are. Don't worry about editing them. Editing is overrated.
Well, this is true. I,
It is.
I got to go in and I do them on my phone, so I got to go in
Mhm.
Yep.
and convert them to where they and put at least put them in iMovie and convert
Hmm.
them so I can upload it to it. And I hadn't even had time to do that. And the
Yep.
only reason I've had
That's
time to do
great.
the videos is because I got to cook, so I may as well do the
Mhm.
video. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's my reasoning as well. It's not more so like editing, customizing and kind of, cleaning it up. It's not even that sort of editing. It's even trying to use any software and, having it all go from cell phone to that software, then having to, go through the whole setting it up to actually upload it on YouTube, even finding the time for that. I could definitely hear you on that, Mike, because I have
no.
so much on my phone recorded and it's just
Hmm.
it sits there because other things in life end up taking my priority.
Yeah. And I have with videos, I have just about filled up external hard drive. with
Mm.
videos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy me another one. But I also found out this that uh, photos. Did you know that if you have an Amazon Prime membership,
Yeah.
you can upload unlimited amounts of photos to Amazon Photos and have them
Oh,
saved? Yeah.
Huh.
Download the Amazon Photos app
yeah.
and then let it go from there, and it'll upload all your photos, and you got
Oh,
unlimited
wow.
amounts. So if you
Oh,
want
that's
to,
Nice.
you
smart
know,
of them. Yeah.
Hello, Debbie.
hey Debbie,
Hello, Michael.
Hello,
hello
Saw he
everybody.
everybody.
came in.
I'm just trying to go in and kind of just feature everybody that's coming in here. Here we have Charlie. Welcome, welcome.
So, Mike, how is your wife doing?
Uh, Memory is really starting to go some. She's
Mm,
repeating herself a lot. She's asking the same questions over and over and over. She can't remember what's happened in a show that we're watching on TV. I have to before if it's a series, I have to update her every episode about
Right.
what's going on.
Wow.
right.
If it's a movie, I have to pause it and
Mm-hmm.
she'll say, "Who is this?" And I'll tell her who it is, and she'll say, "Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay." But
Now,
uh,
there, Karen from Low Carb Spin is in the chat, and we had her on Monday, like this past Monday. Sana, help me
I
out.
believe. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe you did Monday. Yep.
and her, um, she has a family member that is getting touches of dementia.
Mm-hmm.
And at Hack Your Health, there was this booth called Cognitive Switch
okay,
that is been helping people with dementia,
okay,
help slow down the process. So you might want to look into that. It's a powder you can mix with your coffee. It's unflavored.
okay,
My husband bought some because it's also supposed to help with
Okay.
Parkinson's or,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
and my husband doesn't have Parkinson's, but he has a cervical dystonia that has symptoms the same as
Mm-hmm.
Parkinson's.
right.
So Karen, if you could elaborate on that. Yeah, she
Yeah,
just
right
put it
here.
in here
Mm-hmm.
that it
Cognitive
seems to be
switch.
helping their family member.
That's good.
And Brian, he says he could tell a bit of a difference because of his symptoms with the cervical dystonia. You know, it's nothing drastic because his is a progressive
Mm-hmm.
thing that, but he is noticing some difference. And I got to thank Karen for letting us know about that while we were at the event because they had
I've
already
noted it.
been by that booth.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah, because
noted
you
it in my
never
phone.
know. Yeah, you never know which companies are probably doing like the affiliates as well. So that
Right.
might be something to look into, Mike, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they can send you, even if it's, some samples. I mean, at least it's a start.
Exactly. And I'll
Right.
try
Just something
anything.
to, right. Right. And she's type 1 diabetic,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. Because my husband is also.
Yep.
And
And I'm having to manage all of that.
Yeah.
yeah, like Karen said, or you can use it with just water. What it is ketone esters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You
So,
see, this
yeah.
is why
Okay.
it's so helpful. Like, even though some of us can't go to the events, those that do, I don't think anyone will quite understand like how important it is to share your experience
Yes.
Mhm.
about what you went through at the events.
See, I
And
want to
that's
go.
something Cindy and I discussed. Even like her going to the events and stuff, I said, definitely always share, put it out there. If you have anybody that you saw at the events, regardless if they have a channel or not, see if they're even willing to come on. Because just that sharing of that knowledge.
Right.
Yep. Well, like Jeff Foltz is in the chat. I had met him at
Mhm.
a local meetup,
Yeah.
and he was on the beginning of the month. Yeah, he was on a few weeks ago telling his story. He doesn't have a channel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm, you know, my wife's type 1 has been since she was 6 years old, and she's 62 now, and
Yeah.
she's on an insulin pump.
Mm.
I have to do everything with it because she can't remember how to do it on her own. When I say she doesn't remember how to do it, if I guide her through it, it's like
Right.
giving herself a bolus of insulin.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell her push this button, push this button, push this button, and
Right.
she can go through it. But her just doing it on her own, no. I've got to tell her what to do.
Right.
Mhm.
I feel for you there. Hi, Jerry. I feel for you there, Mike, because Brian is also on an insulin pump. He's also 62 years old. He was diagnosed at the age of 2. And it's just, I can't imagine having to do that for him.
Yeah.
So I really feel for you because,
Yeah.
when there was after Mike, Brian had fallen a few years back, and he only had use of one hand for a while because he broke his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not want anybody giving him, like when you insert the pump, it's like a needle thing.
Right.
Mhm.
He
Right.
will pass out if I do that for him.
Oh my
I
gosh.
believe it. Well,
So all I could do is pinch his skin where he was going to
Mhm.
put it in.
Oh
So he
gosh.
could use his right hand to do it.
Right.
But
Wow.
everything else, I don't know how to work that pump.
Right.
God
Right.
help
Yeah.
me if something happens to him,
Oh
because it
gosh.
changes all the time. It's like,
which pump is he on?
you would ask me that.
Okay, let me name some and see if you can remember.
I think it's
Medtronic.
I know he used to have Medtronic.
Okay.
I know he just got his CGM is a Dexcom 7
Okay.
that he
Okay.
just got that goes along with it. I honestly don't know. It could still be the Medtronic, but I don't know.
Well, my wife has a constant glucose monitor that gets on her arm,
Right.
and it has a needle that inserts it.
Right.
But
Okay.
you pull the needle out, and a little filament stays in.
Yeah, that's a continuous glucose monitor. Yeah.
Right. But with her Medtronic, and it's Medtronic also, and with the pump, she's got there's an injector for both of them. You have an
Right.
injector for the needle
Mm-hmm.
that goes from the pump for the reservoir and the catheter that goes to you.
Right.
And then you've also got an injector that goes into you that puts the needle for the
CGM.
the
Yep.
CGM. And man, we went on vacation 2 weeks ago, and I left the black bag here that had
Oh.
the injectors in it, and I had to
no.
change out her insulin while we were there.
Oh no. Wow.
And I'm sitting there, and it had to be changed the next day, and I'm looking, and I'm going, what am I going to do? And then I said, well, can I put it in without the injector? And so I got to searching the internet, and sure enough, it says you sure can. Just don't hesitate when you're going to put it in.
Right. Right.
And I did that, and it worked like a champ. It
Oh
was
my gosh. Thank goodness. Wow.
it was a bit painful for her, but she said, I
Yeah.
can live with the pain,
Right.
because
Right.
that injector is boom, it's in.
Mm.
Well, I'll tell you, a few years ago, he got sick. He wasn't feeling well. I was still working at the time, and I went to work, and I mean, he was coughing. Everything was coming up. It's like, by the time I got home, Mike, he must have coughed so hard, he coughed that right out of him.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't know it. He was in the midst of ketoacidosis.
Ooh.
His blood sugars were over 1,000.
Oh, my Lord.
And this man was still coherent.
Oh my
We
God.
got him to the ER and right into ICU. I mean, he couldn't get enough water in him. He had so much acid in his throat from the ketoacidosis. It was horrible.
Holy moly. Which, I've had people tell me, well, you do keto, you're going to be in ketoacidosis. No.
No,
Ketosis
totally
and
different.
acidosis are two different things. They are
Big time.
vastly different.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dustin.
Because here's
Oh,
Sherry sharing as well that she knows firsthand how hard caregiving is. I've been helping my husband with an almost 2 year long health battle, lots of hospitals, doctors, and nursing home stays. Yeah, I don't think anyone can fully grasp what it is to be a caregiver unless they have to do it
right.
Yeah.
because it is really, truly a selflessness that you just have to sacrifice, especially when it's your spouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the vow that you take. Um, so it's kind of really truly like you don't really want or desire to have any other choice but
Yep.
to take care of them. You really truly feel that vow and that obligation to be that first person that steps up to be their advocate. So,
Yep.
oh my goodness.
It's tough, but it was like when Brian had fallen, he
Yeah.
not only broke his left wrist, he broke his right heel and his right ankle at the same time.
Oh my
Oh,
And
gosh.
he was out of commission for a very long time.
Mm,
And like I said, he as long as I cut up his food for him, he could
mhm.
eat. But if it was something you'd have to hold, like a container of
Right.
yogurt,
Yeah, yeah.
I had to feed him.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
it's like when you feed a baby and they're
Right.
waiting for that food, it's like,
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
but
That's
Well,
the
we
thing.
made it work and it was okay. But
well,
Mike,
I got to say hi to my buddy,
Tom, yep,
Tom Garvey, my brother, my
Yes.
partner in crime.
yes,
Hey, Tom, I got your text. Well,
Yeah.
I am so glad your knee is doing better.
yeah, wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Um,
there
So,
is a lot of people in the chat that have channels themselves, Tom being one of them. So if anyone is not familiar with Mr. Tom Garvey, definitely go ahead, give him a subscribe, check him out.
the man is a
Always,
genius in the
always,
kitchen.
yes. Culinary experience is what you're
Mm.
going to get from
Yes,
his
oh
sir.
channel.
yeah,
Yes, sir,
and
Bob. Yes, ma'am.
We're not just talking
Sherry
about
has a channel.
recipes. We're talking about culinary style, but still
Mhm.
bringing the simplicity and not complicated at all.
And you
Yeah.
have never seen a man that can slice a piece of meat as thin as he can.
Oh, I've seen the videos. It's crazy.
I'm jealous of all his like kitchen equipment that he has. I don't have the room for
I've told
all
him,
of those gadgets, but
I've
oh my
told him, I
gosh,
said,
so
Tom,
impressive.
I told him, Tom, you don't need a a uh, a meat slicer for doing deli meat. You slice it thin enough as it
Exact
is.
right? I'm telling you.
I said, man, you slice it so thin I can read a newspaper through it.
I
So
watched him
true.
one day, one of the videos, and I'm like, holy.
I'm telling you, it's jaw dropping. It really truly is. His hands are blessed and he truly has a talent.
Yes, he does. And well, oh, we got Dustin from Keto Simple.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Dustin is in the house. Dustin also has a channel as well.
Now I'm
Just
gonna tell
like
you what
Just
about Dustin.
Jason,
Just Jason
Is-
Keto More.
Now
Sherry on a low carb journey
Yep.
has a channel. She
I
has her
am
channel.
I am pretty good with the chopples. Jason runs circles around me.
Oh yes, he is definitely getting really creative with all the chocolate recipes.
He's the Chaffle King.
Yes.
Yeah. And Dustin at Keto Simple, if you hadn't checked his out, man, he did Butter Bob Briggs's chicken, and he has got all kind of inventive stuff that he does. But the way he does Butter Bob Briggs fried fried chicken to perfection. I mean, it is just you got to go look, and he is it is fantastic. James
Yeah, he's
Ortega.
working.
I
Hi,
might have to go
James.
back and find all these folks so I can subscribe to them. To add on to my woes, so to
Mhm.
speak, my my brother-in-law, who's mentally disabled, back on April 3rd, he fell and hit his head
Oh,
on a curb.
no.
put a
Oh,
big old cut
oh,
right here
oh my
and one over
gosh.
here,
Oof.
and he's and broke his C1 and C2
Mm.
vertebra, and he had to have neck fusion.
Oh my goodness.
So, he was out he was in the hospital for a month.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow, that's
You
both
got
scary
your
and
hands full,
painful.
bud.
Wow.
What's that, Cindy?
You have your hands full.
I
Big
do.
time.
Mhm.
I do. And he,
Wow.
bless his heart, he tries to be independent, and he is independent for the most part,
Right.
to, a degree. We have a lot of automated appliances in our kitchen, and he has trouble with operating them.
Mhm.
Um, he has one eye on the stove. That's his. He said, I know where to turn this one on. I'm not going to worry
Mm.
about the rest of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I have to turn the oven on
Right.
for him. And I can
Mm.
even turn it. He can call me and say, hey, I want to cook something in the oven. Can you turn it on for me? And he'll take a picture of the box and tell so I can see what the temperature is it's supposed to be at, and I can get on my phone and turn it on.
Right. 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 Right.
So I've done that.
Mike, I don't know if you've met yet. Deb Riley is Cindy's sister.
Um, I think we've had her in the chat when Cindy was on
Oh, okay.
with us.
Okay.
Mhm. She's usually in the chat. She actually made an appearance on our live stream Monday
All right.
with Karen and Therese from Low Carb Spin. That was great. But
We
yeah,
definitely appreciate you, Susan, for trying to subscribe to everybody that has a channel in the
we
chat.
got
We
Sherry. I
definitely
just put,
appreciate it, and they definitely do as well. Cindy is already working on that here.
yeah, I got Jason's. Had Mike's up there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lisa's mentioning as well. Need a link to everyone's channel. I absolutely agree, Tom.
Oh, I'm far from a saint though. Trust
Hey,
me, I have my shortcomings.
we all
We
do.
we
You know,
exactly.
you can't go through all that and
Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's talking about those cognitive switch things.
Oh, they're
They're
Yeah.
flavorless.
I
flavorless.
told
Uh-huh.
with my wife and I on the Alzheimer's, some folks try to hide it. We've never hidden it. Right out there from the
Yeah.
start,
Right, right,
and
right.
let it be known. Uh, and we've always looked at it as, you know,
Mhm.
we'll have a little fun with it. We'll
Yeah.
laugh, and it's like she's walking around and holding her phone and says, I cannot find my phone. And I say, well, look
Mm.
in your hand. And so,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Or
Mhm.
I'll tell her, I'll say, well, dear, look at it on the bright side. With Alzheimer's, you can trick or treat your own house.
Yeah.
And I said, with Alzheimer's, you can be your own secret Santa.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you're always meeting new friends.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
yeah, exactly all the time. My father, he suffered from Alzheimer's before he passed from COVID. And
I'm sorry.
I think that's kind of what made my mother kind of grieve a lot more difficult was because when he did pass, she didn't know how to live in the present because very much so, she
Oh
was
yeah,
always living in rewind mode because
yeah,
everything had to always be that constant repeat.
yes,
And when you're doing that, for so many years, it's
yep,
kind of hard to kind of feel like I can now live in the present. I don't
mhm,
have to, keep thinking about, oh my gosh, like what's the last thing that he ate? He's
yep,
asking, what did I eat? Because then again, his body's definitely full, but mentally, he just didn't remember that he ate. So here she would try to remind him. And a lot of times, unfortunately, one of the side
mhm,
effects is, sometimes they get a little combative because if they feel like they're not getting their way,
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's something that she had to go through with him because he would get kind of defensive, like, where is my food? Like, I'm hungry. You're not giving me food. And he would have just ate. But it was just because the memory of it was gone. She had to kind of just give him like a little bit of something, and he had to just munch on it a little bit, and just that little bit of eating. And he's like, oh my gosh, like I feel so full already. I don't know what's going on with me. So it's like things like that. It's
Yeah.
just,
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely not easy.
Tom, you're absolutely right. Paige is a great gal for sure. And Tom can tell you how he saw it. He pointed it out to me. He said, "I see how Paige
Hmm.
is with you. She she was when we were in Las Vegas last October or last end of September, 1st of October, I think it was. We saw him and Marie, and
Hmm.
he he was taking us back to our uh, hotel, our resort, and he told me later. He said, "I saw how she was. She was sitting in the back, and she'd be looking around, and all of a sudden she's looking, where's Mike? And she finds me, and everything's good. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is that way. She worries about where I'm at because
Hmm.
she knows that she wants to be with
Yeah.
me, and that's the way I want it.
Yeah,
Uh,
because you're home for her.
yeah,
So, her seeing you in a crowd, that's home to her. That's love to her. That's all
Mhm.
those, and that's the thing. It's like that is kind of like the beauty in it because when they do remember who you are and they
hmm,
start getting all those feelings and those memories, like those are such like touching moments.
yes, yes. And throughout our marriage, and we've been married
Mhm.
almost 40 years, she and I have always held hands and out when we're out. We always hold hands.
Yeah,
And now, it's a wonderful feeling her hand in mine and knowing that I have her safe.
exactly.
That warms my heart tremendously.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
My Brian's parents, his mom had dementia. His
Hmm.
dad has Alzheimer's. And I mean, there are a lot of similarities, but there are such grave differences.
Oh,
His
absolutely. Uh-huh.
his father is, I think he's going to be 90 this year.
oh wow,
Wow.
He's been in a home for a while.
Mm,
He doesn't know who anybody is. He
mm,
doesn't know who
wow.
he hasn't known who he was. And when they were still at home, his parents, he would ask us when we'd go to visit. He said, "When's Yvette coming?" That's his wife who was sitting right next to him.
Right, right.
"When is she coming home?" Because he didn't know who
Oh,
she was. And they
wow.
spent 24/7 together.
Mm,
oh
Now
hey,
his mother's dementia, she still knew who we were. When we'd go for a visit up to New Hampshire, you know, unfortunately she passed on in October. But she she knew who we were. She would get the little things confused and she would repeat
mhm,
herself like you're saying Paige does. She'd repeat
right.
herself a lot, but
Mhm,
she remembered a lot. She remembered a lot. And it
yeah,
wasn't even the dementia that got her. She had
mhm,
gotten RSV and it like instantly,
mhm.
within days, she was
Right,
gone.
right.
That is
well,
some powerful stuff.
and we've also got the grilling dude in the house. Hey, Mike, you know Paige's father passed away from Alzheimer's, and so she said the other day, said, "Well, Dad, thanks for this, Gene." and
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, he's trying to be a giving parent. And she said, yeah, I
Mhm.
know. And so we had gone to the beach while he was still alive, and he died in 2009. And we came back from the beach, and we came over the next day, and he was he was full fledged into it and all. And he said, where y'all been? We said we went on vacation. We went to the beach. He said, I love the beach. I want to go to the beach. Why can't I go to the beach? And he was getting
Aw.
mad. He was getting mad. So I looked at him and I said, Tom, it's okay. And he goes, what? I want to go to the beach. I said, you just got back. You had a great time. Oh, yeah, I do love the beach.
Oh,
He
wow.
was all good then. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
good, you know. And I'm like, I told my mother-in-law this. I said, I hope God forgives that little lie. And she said, I think it'll be just fine. She said,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were told when his parents got sick, it was like the worst thing you can do is
Mhm.
correct them
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
or argue with
Yes.
them
right,
Exactly.
because it just
Exactly
sets
right.
them into a tizzy.
Mhm.
It's just like
Yeah.
they're totally off the wall.
right.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Paige has this thing with deja vu really
Mhm.
bad. And she'll swear, we'll be riding down the street and she'll see this guy walking. She says, we see him all the time. Never saw him before in my life. And I said, well, okay, but maybe you have, you know, and,
Yeah. Yeah.
Those deja vu episodes are real.
Mhm.
They're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
wow, I've been here before.
And I told, she
They
said, what,
happen.
you know, and she'll say, really? And I said, no, we haven't seen him. And she said, okay. And she said, why do I have this deja vu? And I'll explain to her that your eyes see it
Mhm.
and you recognize it. But then by the time your brain recognizes it, it's like you're seeing it a second time.
Right. Right. Uh-huh.
And she said, oh. I said, so really, it's like you have seen it before
Mhm.
because your eyes saw it before your brain did.
Mhm.
It's wild how that happens, but
Right?
whew,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So, Mike, we haven't even touched base with you.
Okay.
Yes, and your
What got
journey.
you started with keto and where you were when you started and where you are now?
I started in May of 2018.
Mhm.
So I just finished my 6th year, I think it is.
Mhm. Yeah. Over 6
And,
years. Wow.
and we, my wife and I did it same time. We went on at the same time. And she was weighing about 240 or so, and I was weighing 350.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And in that first year, I lost 100 pounds. Now, thank you. Now, since
Yeah,
that time,
amazing.
I have been stuck in neutral.
Mhm.
But I look at it as still a win because I haven't put weight
Oh
on.
my gosh.
That's right.
100 pounds is nothing
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah.
not applaud because, oh
Yeah.
my goodness. When you put
Yeah.
it into perspective, what 100 pounds is, oh my gosh.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I know folks that'll say, well, I've been doing this for 3 months and I've only lost 14 pounds. And I said,
Mhm.
okay, let's look at this realistically.
Mhm.
You take that 14 pounds and you got 3 months, that's a quarter of the year. So four
Mhm.
times 14, you will have lost 56 pounds. I said,
Mhm.
when you started this, if somebody told you at the end of a year you'd weigh
Yes.
56 pounds less, what would you say? Oh, that would
Right.
be wonderful, you know? And I said, so
Yeah,
why are you complaining about 14 pounds? You worked hard for them.
Exactly. And throwing that
right.
only in there. I only lost
Yeah.
14 pounds. Uh-uh.
Yeah. I told them, I tell people, you put the only in the wrong spot. And they said, what do you
Exactly.
mean? I said, it should be, I've only been doing this 4 months and I've
Exactly.
lost 14 pounds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and my wife, she's down 70 pounds.
Amazing.
Now,
More
I
than
tell you,
that, I bet her A1C is way better.
her A1C, the time before last, it was 6.7. This last time it was 6.3.
Mm.
And for a
That's
type
great.
1 diabetic, as long as she's been diabetic,
Mhm.
that's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Huge
that's like I was
victory.
saying. Brian is the same age as your wife,
Mhm.
and he was diagnosed at the age of 2, so 60 years.
Yep.
Mhm.
His latest A1C was 6.4.
There you go. Hey,
You see, amazing numbers.
yeah.
When
Wow.
I first met him, Mike, 20 years ago, his A1C was 16.
Woo.
He was nuts.
Mm.
Wow. I bet.
Hmm.
Man, that, he, that's wonderful that he's got it to a 6.4.
Mhm.
you know, and Paige has had a 6.4 before, and it's between keto and the pump that we're able to stay in control like that. Which
Absolutely.
Yeah.
her her doctor, her endocrinologist, she'll say, "You're doing great." It's, I can't believe you've been uh, diabetic, type one for as long as you've been, because these numbers, I don't see these with type one diabetics.
Yeah.
And 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 Paige looked and said, "It's not me, it's him," and point to me. And I said, "No, it's both of us."
Well, yeah.
And the lady, her doctor said, "Well, I would love to have y'all come in and talk to my two patients." And I said, "Set up the date, we'll come."
You see?
Oh, my
Yeah.
husband's endocrinologist. We fought with her for a while, back and forth, and as he at one point he had gotten down to a 6.1,
Hmm.
and we were in tears when we left the office because he never would have dreamt that his numbers would get that low.
Mm-hmm.
And he told her, he said, "I can have a normal A1C, and that's what I'm aiming for."
Yeah.
And she said, "It's not advisable." And he's like, "Why not? I'm human just like you
Yeah.
are. Why can't
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
have that
Mm-hmm.
you have?"
Yeah.
And she was, oh, now
It's
she's, after we've been
almost,
going to her,
yeah.
she's calmed down a lot because we're not going to stand for the BS.
No, no, because it's almost like
Mhm.
their shock turns into ignorance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like,
And I,
why? Why are they not? Like, why are they not deserving of
Yeah.
having a lifestyle like anybody else? Yeah, they might not be able, as a type 1, they have to be insulin dependent, but why not be able to have that good balance of the right foods with the insulin?
Yeah. Because the least amount of insulin they have to use,
Exactly,
the
yes.
healthier they are.
yep.
Right.
I
Just
started,
Exactly.
like just like us non-diabetics, the least amount of insulin we have to
Mm-hmm.
produce,
Exactly, right?
the better off we are.
Better off we are,
now,
yeah.
up until 2 years ago when I went on Medicare, I was with Kaiser Permanente. I
Mm-hmm.
loved Kaiser. It was great. Uh, and the doctor there, he's the one that uh, really sold me on going on keto. I
Mm-hmm.
knew how keto was because my daughter had done it and had lost a tremendous amount of weight, but she wasn't getting any support at home from her husband at the time, and or the kids because they wanted candy and
Yeah,
cookies and
that's
stuff like
tricky.
that.
Hmm.
And so I'm not faulting them, not in
Right,
any
right,
way.
right.
Uh, and so she went off of it and gained the weight back, but
Hmm.
so I knew how it had success, but now, he
Hmm.
told me, he said, it's perfectly safe. And he said, I do
Right.
it. My father does it. You got several doctors here in the building that do it. He
Mm,
said, and it's starting to grow in numbers within the medical community of people that like it. And I said,
right,
all right, I'm
right.
going to try it, doc. And I did it. And so the, when I changed to the doctor I have now, because I went on Medicaid or Medicare rather, and Kaiser didn't have a Medicare program through my employer and all. And so he said, so what kind of diet do you do? Told her what I told him. I said, I do keto. And he said, oh, and I said, and at that point I'd been on it 4 years. And he said, well, it's not sustainable. And I
Mm.
said,
Oh
really?
my
And he
gosh.
goes, no, it's not. I said, well, I've been doing it 4 years. When does this unsustainability kick in?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And he said, and you could see him just, he just stops and looks. He gets this big smile and he said, you got me. He said,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And like I said, really truly, because I've gone through it with my OB as well. It's like I did a video. Like I said, I have not had a chance to upload it, but I did discuss with Sydney to give her an update. Same thing. Same thing here. I've been over 5 years keto. Whole family is also keto. because we had to switch to keto because our oldest son, it helped with his seizures that I mentioned when I was a guest
Right.
with you and Tom. But still yet, it's like you can mention all these victories that you go through, your family goes through. But
Right.
still, it's like they're putting that speed bump or like that roadblock.
Mhm.
And funny enough, because I will not be like rude with my tone, but then again, I'm also just because they're a health professional, if they're going to be ignorant with me, I'm going to
Mhm.
speak up. I'm going to stick up for myself. I'm going to stand my
Yeah,
ground.
me too.
So very much so I'm that type of person. And here they had me checking my blood sugar at home for over 4.5 months that I had to test my sugars. And mind you, I have
That's
not gained any weight throughout my pregnancy. No weight at all have I gained. If anything, I've lost weight like here and there. Like I've been
Mhm.
fluctuating, losing the same like 5 to 6 pounds, mind
Right.
you.
Right.
Then 2 months ago, they assigned me to a fetal specialist because then they got really scared. Oh my gosh, you're not gaining weight? So then they're suspecting keto is affecting baby now. I said, okay, I'll humor you. Let me go to the fetal specialist. I go to the fetal specialist and she said, they're out their mind. She said, they are out their mind. And when I tell you this woman, she has been practicing since 1970, what was it, 1979. She's been practicing since. And when I tell you, she is very much an old school doctor, but she is nutrition smart with
That's what
her
it
old school
takes.
doctoring. So I was kind of hesitant because I was like, oh no, like here I have an old school doctor. Like, what is this going to be like? But no, she put common sense into them and said, there's no reason why you have her testing 4.5 months when she does not have any signs, no symptoms at all, that she could have any sort of sugar issues. Baby's doing well. Baby is exactly where he needs to be. So, whatever she is eating, baby is at practically almost the 90th percentile of where he should even have to be at. So, the thing is, it's like they even see the numbers, but still, yet they want to make changes.
Baby's getting nourishment.
But the fact of the matter is, like, it goes back to the notion if it ain't broke, don't try to
Don't
fix it.
try to fix it.
That's right.
Exactly.
So it's like things like that. It's like even, showing the numbers and stuff like that, like what Cindy mentioned about Brian and like what you're mentioning with your doctor. They see the evidence, but still yet, for whatever reason, it's like they have this thick head about not wanting to wrap their head around, oh my gosh,
We
this is
told.
working for this person. Like they should be having an
Mhm.
aha moment of what worked for you and trying to use that information
Yeah.
for other
Paige.
patients, but they don't.
Yeah, you're right. Paige's endocrinologist said when we told her she does keto, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know." And I said, "Let me ask you something. Don't you preach about counting carbs when you're doing insulin?" And she goes,
Right.
"Yes." And I said, "That's what keto is.
You say?
And you just limit how many carbs you take." And she goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And she
Do
said,
you know?
"I
I
don't
don't know if this.
understand it." And I said, "Well, that doesn't mean it's wrong." Well, that doesn't.
Oh
I
my
don't know if this is
goodness.
the same way for Paige, but before the insulin pumps came out and they were doing the shots, Brian's doing the
Hmm.
injections all the time,
Right.
Four
Right.
a day.
but whatever it was, eating and then the long lasting at night. But until then, not one of his endocrinologists in the office mentioned cutting carbs to him.
You see?
Not until he got on his pump
Oh my
did the
gosh.
word carbohydrates ever come up.
Mm,
And it's incredible to me. Like, why? And when his endocrinologist in New Hampshire, when he started keto, he told him, he said, you can't do that. He said, yes, I can. And after he had gone back and he saw his A1C was coming down, he said, so this is working for you? And I'm like, this is a Jocelyn Diabetic Center. The head doctor there. I'm like, how does he not know this? I was like, I'm glad. It was like through the pandemic, I couldn't go in with him. And this doctor is lucky because I don't talk so nicely when it's like that.
No.
It's just craziness. It was so stupid to hear.
No, very much so. You got to stick up, because if not, it's like then they kind of think or assume that you're like this uneducated patient. And I flat out told the OB, I said, listen, I am not your average patient. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I said that should show you the fact that I have not gained any weight. Since the very first time I saw you guys in January for this pregnancy, the fact that I have not gained any weight at all, but still, the fetal specialist did a very extensive ultrasound, baby's fine. So that should show you right there, I'm obviously doing something correct.
Right.
Because I'm sure on average, a lot of your other patients, they're probably gaining 20 plus pounds throughout their whole pregnancy. And here, the fact that I'm not gaining anything is scaring you when it should not, because I'm not the one that needs to gain the weight. The baby is the one that needs to grow.
Needs to gain it, right?
Not me.
Jay has a good question there.
Yeah,
it's American Diabetes Society.
Is forming.
American Diabetes Society. Yeah, Mike.
Yes.
Check out Dr. Berry.
I'm gonna look it up. I know Dr. Berry. I love his stuff.
But he's calling it the American Diabetes Society.
Okay.
Instead of association. He said his goal is to take down the association.
Exactly, yes.
Because they're so horrible.
Too much misinformation.
There's too much bureaucracy.
Exactly.
Well, an endocrinologist my wife had when we first got married, he said something that I loved. He told her she was talking about how her primary care doctor was telling her something, and he goes, look, as long as you've been diabetic, you know more about diabetes than he does.
Right.
If you got any questions, question what he says when it comes to the diabetes if it goes contrary to what you know. And he said, if you want any kind of backup and verification, just call. And
exactly, yeah.
And she would challenge the guy, and he got ticked about it a few times.
Yeah.
And because one time he came in and he saw her there, and he threw her chart down on the table there in the exam room. I was there. And he threw a chart down and said, well, since you're the expert, tell me how you're doing. I looked at Paige, I said, get your stuff. We're leaving.
Exactly. Exactly.
I probably would have said something first, like, I'm doing better doing what I know is right than I would be if I was listening to you. Then I would have walked out.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. They make
and that's the thing. It's like what Tom's saying here. I love it. I told my doctor, I tried your way. Now it's my turn, or I'll find someone else. And I think that's what a lot of them fail to realize.
Yes.
Is because some of them are very, conceited in the head. Yeah. So they feel like they're like the creme de la creme of the doctors out there. And it's like, no, honey, there are definitely plenty of doctors out there. And I will for sure find one that might not be fully on board, but might be open enough to what I'm doing and kind of give it a chance to see how I'm progressing with what I'm doing. So, a lot of them are not going to be fully on board. There are those gem of the doctors out there that are so educated and so familiar with keto, carnivore, and just doing low carb in general.
And for folks that don't know, carnivore is still keto. It's a more strict
proper
keto.
Human diet. Yes.
Right. It's still keto. It's keto. It's a more strict diet of keto.
Strict way.
but it's
Thank
keto.
you for saying that, Mike.
Exactly. Exactly. And that is very much so like what Cindy and I really try to get across because unfortunately in this community there's division because of the ways of eating.
Right.
And what people fail to realize is everybody is just choosing to do what is best for them and what is best for their body.
Right.
Do some of us throughout the times dip into different ways of eating? Of course,
Oh
because
yeah.
it's all still proper human diet.
Right.
Right. And everybody's end goal is the
Hmm.
same, to better our
Yeah,
Mhm.
health.
That's
That's
right.
it.
exactly. Exactly.
And when they get so dogmatic, it just burns my butt.
It's a shame when
Yeah.
it gets to that because my fear is always for the newcomers.
Mhm.
It puts fear in them because they're like, oh my gosh, like,
Right.
no, this is too complicated. This is too restrictive. And the
Yeah.
thing is, like, it doesn't allow for them to see how simple this really could be. It does
Yeah.
not have to be so strict.
Right.
Their body is not going to require a way of eating like everybody else. They might be able to be more lenient to starting on keto, sticking with keto way of eating,
Mhm.
or they might be able to dabble in more so ketovore. They don't know unless they experiment with their own body. But you have these ones out there that they're like dictators that
Yeah.
no, only this is going to work for your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
No, you do not know that person's body. You are trying to be an internet self-proclaimed doctor, and no, like you do not know that person's full on journey, and they feel like just one way is better than the other, and it's like you cannot say that for everybody.
No.
Everyone has to experiment for themselves.
I've been telling folks, I said, you know what? Just if it works for you, that's all that matters.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
There is no one way of doing it.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
you call it dirty keto, whatever. I don't
Whatever.
care. I
Exactly.
don't care. If it's
Dirty
working, it's
keto,
working.
lazy keto,
Yeah, it's
all the
working.
Exactly
yeah.
right.
But it's just
Working
like
is
Tom
working.
said, yeah, because here he's putting, everything in very much a retrospect. Their way when it comes to the doctors is 14 meds. His way is 3 meds.
Right.
But that's the thing. You might not be able to completely eliminate everything, but going from 14 meds to 3 meds is
You did something
huge.
right. You did
Is
something
That's
right.
huge,
Yeah.
especially when you
ridiculously
have to
huge.
take each one, multiple of them.
Yep.
That adds up.
Not to
So it's
mention
like
about
that's what people have to
hitting your wall.
realize. It truly, like we said earlier, don't focus on perfection with this.
No. You're gonna be
You
disappointed
cannot.
if you do.
Exactly. Really, truly, you have to focus on the healing. Don't worry about the scale. Like there's
Hmm.
so much people have to realize that really, truly, there is a way to start off on this and stay on it and make it so easy.
I tell people, I say, look, I started keto thinking the wrong thing. I started it
Mhm.
for purposes of weight loss. I should
Yeah,
not have done that. I
right.
should have done it to get healthy.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And weight loss is a byproduct.
That's
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
an added benefit.
Right,
That's all.
right.
exactly.
Right.
So if
Now,
you're
Mike,
doing, that's the thing you got to do. Look at it that way.
Yeah. And we all
I,
start
I've
off
got to
that way.
I've got to say something. You mentioned
Mhm.
earlier Jason's chaffles.
Yes.
You have a chaffle recipe out there that is absolutely fantastic. Your
Oh,
Rubens.
oh, thank
Oh
you.
yeah, the
I
Reuben.
am posting that in here because it's an incredible recipe. If you like Reuben, and if you
Mhm.
don't know what it is, it's sauerkraut with pastrami and all that yumminess. And he made chaffles out of this, and I tried them. I made
Mhm.
them a while
Mhm.
back. They were so good. So
They are.
Jason's not the only one with the chaffle recipes, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you hadn't
It is
seen it,
so good.
I made a rye chaffle uh,
Yep.
to make a Reuben sandwich out of it. If you
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
do the
yeah.
sandwich, And Tom Garvey said he tells a story about it where he said Marie and I are watching that, and Marie sees this, and she's looking, and she says, "Huh, I'll be right back."
Yeah. Now, Mike, I got to tell you, Low Carb Spin, Karen and Therese just put out a video on faux rye bread.
Okay,
You got to check that out.
I'm gonna do it. I'm
It
gonna do
is
it.
ridiculously good. I have made it.
But all I did with that chocolate, I used the original chocolate recipe of the cheese and the egg. That's it.
And some
And I
caraway
added
seeds.
caraway seeds to it. And
Oh,
I'm
you see?
like,
Uh-huh.
because of what I did, I said, well, what is it that you really like about the Reuben? What
Mhm.
really makes it a unique taste other than the meat? Because you can still do the meat, you can do the cheese, you can do all that and the sauerkraut. So what else is there that makes it a Reuben? I said, the rye bread.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said,
Uh-huh.
what makes rye bread so tasty?
Yeah.
And I said, it's the caraway seeds. I
Right.
said,
Right.
let's chunk some in there and see what happens. Let's chunk some.
Well, I'll tell you, check out their recipe. Low
I
Carb
will.
Spin, their video. It
I'm gonna do
is,
it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to tell you, it is dead on rye bread.
I
Dead
gotta
on
do
it.
it. I love it because I like seeded rye. I do not like marble rye.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
They use caraway seeds and ground caraway. So you got to grind
Oh.
some up.
Oh yeah, you done set those
Yes.
flavors in there real good.
Uh-huh. That
It
really
is
would up the taste.
amazing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It
No,
is
that's
so
clever.
good.
that
Yeah.
is clever. But talking about insulin and diabetes and all.
Mhm.
We used to a while ago. We used to with diabetics, the doctors would tell you to uh, eat according to how much insulin you took.
Uh-huh. Right.
Now they're starting to realize, and keto has really had an impact on this to where they are having you take insulin according to
Mhm.
how many carbs you consume. So that it's reverse of what it was. You
Exactly.
ate to feed the insulin,
Right. Right. Right.
and now you take insulin to take care of what you ate. So you've cut down. The doctor tells patients that you take so. I don't have any other patient that takes as little insulin as you do.
You see?
And I said, well, that's the point, right? And she said, absolutely, take as little as possible.
You
Yep.
see?
That's like Brian's doctor with that. She says, you are a model patient.
Mhm.
She says, everything you're doing is right. Even though she tried to argue with him in the beginning, she has backed way off because she knew we weren't going to.
Uh-huh. That's it. That's it. Yep. Not backing down on this one.
Yeah. Well, I've
Yeah.
seen him come from ridiculously high A1C way
Mm.
before we started keto.
Right.
When we
Right.
started keto, his A1C was 7.9. And to come
Mm.
down to as low as 6.1 at one time. And
Wow.
lingers right about 6.4. It's just incredible.
Mhm.
Brian had asked Dr. Berry a question at Ketopalooza last year.
I
He
want to
says,
go to that.
oh, it's fun. He said, why is it? And he explained that he's a type 1 and all this. He
Mhm.
said, why is it no matter what I eat, there are times my blood sugars will hit 200?
Mm.
And his response to Brian, he said, unfortunately, with type 1 diabetics, it happens. And it's unexplainable. It's just because he could eat the same thing, just meat.
Right.
And
Yeah.
any given time, it will shoot
Right.
up
Right.
to
Right.
200.
And
Mhm.
yeah,
But
and you
Dr.
got
Berry
that dawn
told him,
phenomenon too.
he says, you're doing everything you need to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
She says, don't even worry about.
Mhm.
But he told Brian that. He says, it's like, it's just the way it is with a type
Mm.
1 diabetic. There's no rhyme or reason. But as long as you're watching and
Mhm.
eating right, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it was so aggravating. But he was so, I think it really relieved Brian a lot for Dr. Berry to tell him that.
Yeah.
Well,
Because he was it's like he was fighting a losing battle at times.
right.
Yeah.
And you know how that is, Mike,
Oh, yeah.
with Paige.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why won't this come down? And it would linger, and it's like,
It gets and it wants to, and you keep giving insulin, and you're like, why aren't you coming down?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it'll just start going down
Yeah,
like
and then
that.
it takes a nosedive. Yeah.
And it's you've also got that dawn phenomenon where the blood sugar rises in the morning, but who knows why?
Right.
But it just starts to go up all by itself. You hadn't done a thing, and it starts to go up.
Yeah, those early hours.
Brian's got that pretty much controlled now. I think he's fine-tuned that in his pump.
That's what we did with Paige.
But there's
That's
something
what
with
we did with
bolus.
Paige. Yeah, you can do a secondary basal
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the basal where you do one. She gets 1 unit an hour, but during a certain part leading up to dawn and just past dawn, she gets like 1.3 or something like that units leading up to that.
Yeah, I don't know what Brian, like I said, I don't know anything about his pump. I have no idea. But he takes care of it.
Well, here's the thing with the pump that I love. In the past, all right, with the pump, this pump she's on, it gives me the amount of insulin she's still got in her body that has not been absorbed. So if I see on there, if it says she's 75, and she'll say, oh, it says I'm going low. And I'll look, you don't have any insulin on board. She says, do I need to treat? I said, no, you don't need to treat. And she goes, but it says I'm going low. I said, no, you don't need to treat. You don't have any insulin that's active. It's going to level off and you're going to be just fine. And she'll say, okay. And it will, and then when she gets up over 200, on the rare occasion it happens, because she stays in range is well over 90% of the time.
Same with Brian.
And she said I tell her, she'll say, how much? It says I'm 230. What should I do? And I'll say, give yourself 2 units. And she'll say, that's not going to be enough. I said, well, it's enough for now.
Right.
And she said, well, I said, if we have to give more later, we will. That's the beauty of this pump. It's not like you have to take a shot. You just tell it to give it to you. And she said, I don't understand. I said, well, if you gave 4 units right now, that may be too much because she's real sensitive to the insulin.
Right.
And you may go down and get low before you run out of the insulin's out of your body. And then we have to treat a low and you go back up. And then you take the insulin and you come back down and you get low again. And I'm preventing the yo-yo effect.
Right.
It's just like, oh, okay. I said, if you were having to give a shot or we didn't know anything, that'd be different. But we know we can just, with a couple of clicks on the pump, you got insulin.
Yeah. It is a godsend for type 1 diabetics for sure.
Yeah. Because that's huge progress. Wow.
It can be a real nightmare for those of us that aren't. When that thing is bells and whistles all night long.
I've been there. Oh yeah. And let me see if you can see it. I've got it. Well, see right now, she's at her cousin's house right now. That's why I went to Athens. I don't know if you can see it. She's 161 with an arrow up. I can monitor her blood sugar, and she probably, because he's not keto, she's probably had something to eat that wasn't keto. But she's got 0.8 units on board. I don't know if you can see that. But
see, I don't have all his stats on my phone because he takes care of it all.
Right.
But I'm telling you, if I had it on my phone, I'd have to hear his phone beep, his pump beep, my phone beep. I would lose my mind.
I have
Oh,
to hear. I have to hear it because this shows how much she's been in range. 95%.
you
Yep.
see,
So,
It's
amazing.
definitely a game changer for diabetics.
and her average blood sugar has been 128.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, now her brother is type 2, and when he first moved in with us, his A1C was around 10,
Whew.
9 or 10,
Wow.
Wow.
and between 9 and 10, and he doesn't eat keto all the time, but he eats keto a lot because we do.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got his A1C down to, I think it was 7.4 last time.
Mhm. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
Huge. Wow.
So that helps. And the doctor,
Mhm.
I went with him to the doctor because I had to take him. He normally rides the bus to it, or they pick him up and take him because it's a senior care
Mhm.
facility and they have transportation provided. But right after he broke his neck and got home from the hospital, I took him because I didn't want him to be in the car with somebody that didn't know what to do if he had a problem.
Right. Right.
And the doctor took his A1C and was talking about that and said, "Wow," he said, "this is great." It's the first A1C he had since moving in with us, because they were going to take it in April, but he broke his neck, and so they ended up taking it in May, getting it in May. So
Mhm.
that just so yeah, it was good to hear that. It was good to hear it. So
Yep.
so um yeah, Paige goes to her brother, listen to me, her cousin's house in Athens, and she'll spend the weekend about every 3 months or so, and they watch movies together. They do a movie marathon together,
Oh, okay.
and both of them look forward to it big time. They're and he's great with her Alzheimer's and all. He says,
Mhm.
"Don't know what to do with the diabetes."
Yeah.
I said, "I got a phone. I got a phone. Just call." And he goes, "I'm
Right.
gonna do it."
Yeah.
And he said,
It's
and
called
you're
don't
here and
feed her
everything.
the junk. That's what
Yeah,
you do with it.
exactly.
Don't feed her the junk.
Yeah. And he said,
She's
"Well,
good.
she may not eat keto while she's here." I said, "Not gonna kill her. It's
Mhm.
okay. It's once every 3 or so months. For a weekend, it's okay."
Yeah. And that's huge for you as well, because you definitely need that mental break.
Yep.
You
Hmm.
really truly do, because, even for those little short moments, you need to heal a little bit yourself,
Yeah.
because it's definitely, seeing what my mother had to go through firsthand, it really can take a toll on you,
It
mentally,
can.
Absolutely.
emotionally, and
Oh yeah.
physically. So to be able to have even that little bit of a break, you definitely need it. You need it, and you're deserving of it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Like
I
Karen says here, it sounds like you're taking amazing
Taking
care of
care of
her.
her.
Well,
Yes,
thank you very much.
absolutely.
During the night, and she gets mad at me because I do it. She says, "You shouldn't be doing that all night." I will wake up. I didn't used to do this when she was caring for herself, but I will wake up only because I know I need to check. Just so I won't set an alarm or anything to do it. I just for some reason automatically wake up 4 or 5 times a
Mhm.
night and I check her blood sugar when I
Oh,
get up when I wake up, and that's been
right.
since I've been doing it, which I've
Well,
been doing it for about 2 years now.
trust me, Mike, that phone will let you know if there's a
Oh yeah,
problem.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I can't tell you how many sleepless nights I've had listening to my husband sing, and he'll sleep through it. This is the thing.
Paige
He
will too.
snores. He snores so loud, and that thing, I'll be in bed and I'm hearing this beep beep,
Oh yeah.
and
Thank you, Susan.
he's snored. I'm like, wake up! I said, your stuff is beeping, and I'm trying to go back to sleep.
I thought
Oh my
that was the
gosh,
way it was
Cindy.
with us when she was managing, and she would sleep through it all,
Yeah,
and I'd be punching on her. Paige,
see,
Paige.
see.
She'd say, "What? What? Why are you waking me?" I said, "Just listen." Oh.
That was What's really funny is when you wake somebody and they're still really sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
One morning, one night, I said, Brian, you're beeping. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And he's still sleeping. I'm like, God bless him.
Oh my
Wake up.
goodness.
Take care of this. And
Oh
one
gosh.
night it did wake him up and it wouldn't stop. He got up out of our bed and went into our spare bedroom so I could sleep. Said, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
my
it's
mother-in-law,
crazy.
my mother-in-law, I don't know, 6 or 7, 8 years ago, she and Paige made a trip to the beach. This was long before Paige was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and all.
Mhm.
And she was in her early 80s at the time. She's almost 90 now. And they went to Savannah to the beach, just mama and daughter. And they got back and she said, Mike, and I said, yes, ma'am. And she goes, did you know your wife snores? And I said, no, say it ain't so. She said, I said, my wife?
How could you not know? Oh man. That's a good one.
And she laughed and she said, I did not know she snored that badly. I said, well, just anytime you want her to remember, just let me know and I'll bring her to you. Just
Yeah.
If you want to reminisce.
yeah.
Yeah. I can't
Oh
pawn
my
my husband
gosh.
off on anybody. It's like,
But the spare bedroom. You got the spare
that's right.
bedroom.
Paige has gone and
And
slept in the spare.
people wonder why I want to go to these conferences that are for the
Oh
weekend.
my
It's like
goodness.
I'm gone, I'm done, I'm out.
We have 2 dogs that love to sleep with us. Now, Paige is all over the bed. I'm not. I'm pretty much stuck in one spot all night. And there's been times when the dogs will get to where she's like, no. And she'll get up and she'll go to the spare bedroom and sleep. And there's been nights she just starts out, I'm sleeping in here tonight,
Yep. It's crazy.
But
Too many similarities.
yeah,
Too many
my mother-in-law, she is 90. She lives in a retirement home, nearly 90. 90 next birthday in October, and she's a constant fall risk and very immobile. I do all of her shopping,
Wow.
as well as taking her to the doctors and all
Oh,
like that.
wow.
So there's another thing on my plate that I do.
Just what you
Right?
needed is
Just
something else to
exactly
do.
one more.
Yeah. So, but
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
You need to change everything. Mike the caregiver.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But right there, all of those things that you're able to do for others, they're truly non-scale victories as well.
oh,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Because if you did have that 100 and plus pounds still on your body, yeah, you would probably be pushing your body to still, because that's the heart that you have.
Yep.
You still would try to be there for everybody. But imagine how much damage it would have done to your body having that 100 plus extra pounds.
Oh, how
It's
much
like
harder it would be.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. It would have been rough. It would have been very rough. And then obviously, when we push our bodies like that, look how much damage we end up causing to them.
Well, I have discovered that for $9.95 a month, I think it is, you can get on a plan with Walmart, much like Amazon Prime,
Okay.
and they'll deliver your groceries.
Yeah.
They'll deliver
The
anything you want.
Walmart
Now,
Plus, right?
no, it's not
I think
called that. But I don't order anything that like meats or veggies, fresh
Right.
vegetables, fresh meats, fresh vegetables, because I don't want somebody else picking that out for me.
Right.
I want to pick that out myself.
I
hear
totally get
you,
that.
yeah.
So I won't do it.
And my mother-in-law, she'll say, well, I got some groceries I need. And I'll say, okay. She said, how do you get them delivered? How do you get them to do that? I said, oh, I just hold a gun to the head and say, just do it. I just do it. She starts, oh, seriously, what do you do? And I said, I just sign up for delivery. And she said, well, my sister-in-law, her Paige's brother's wife, the other brother's wife, she was ordering stuff for her, but she was ordering it different and from other companies and all. And
Hmm.
it was taking 2 and 3 weeks to get it
Oh
sometimes.
no!
She
Wow.
said, it comes the next day with you. What do you do? What do you do? And I said, hey, it pays to know people.
Yeah. Right.
And she said, so you're doing something special? That you getting flavors or something? I said, no, ma'am. I'm just putting it in what I want, and they send it.
I'll, I'll tell you what you had said about wanting to pick out your own meat and your own produce. I have been through Walmart and watching these people pick out orders for people. There is no way that I
Yeah.
will let them pick my.
Mm-mm.
They don't look at anything. They just go to it and put it in the basket.
That's it.
And I'm like, oh, heck no.
Hmm.
The only
I have
thing,
seen it so often.
mhm.
It's like, oh, no.
The only thing that I will let them pick out only on meats is if it's like a pound of sausage that's in a roll that you can't
Yeah.
see the
Okay.
meat,
Right. 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 Yeah.
or if
Hot
it's
Yeah.
dogs.
the right or the ground beef that's in the
Hmm.
roll and then in case like that where you can't see it,
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Uh-huh.
I'll let them get that because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't do no better with that.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Uh-huh.
Right. I just don't trust them. It's like
No, me either.
I've seen it too much, and it's like, no.
Oh, Susan Hampton says Walmart Plus. That's what it's called. That's right.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
because I could have swore that's what the name of it was, but I don't know because she's saying lots of benefits included, so I don't know what
Mhm.
else they offer, but that's how I saw like when they started the program. Oh my goodness, do they have signage like all over the store?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I did it because when they first started it, you could get free delivery. When they first, before they,
Okay,
then they went with this and because they got you hooked on the free delivery.
right, right,
And then
yeah,
they said, this is what we're going to do if you want to keep it. And
uh-huh,
I said, oh, hell yeah, I'll do it.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
So,
Because look, she's even saying here, if
um,
you get something you don't like, they'll refund your money.
yeah. And I've had Kroger deliver to me, but it cost me like $5 or $6 to do it. But if I don't have time to go to the store, it's worth it.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
and with my Kroger Plus cards, I save money on it that way
uh-huh,
enough to make up the difference. But I I haven't seen where you can buy like a thing to have them deliver it for free, like Walmart and Amazon do,
mm-hmm.
uh, or not charge you a fee for every delivery. Because if you pay Walmart, it's like $9
Right,
every delivery.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I'll tell you, we ordered one thing when we were sick with the big C.
mm-hmm.
I ordered my prescriptions to be delivered from Walgreens. It cost me like $8 for them to deliver my prescription or something stupid like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Oh my
could just
gosh.
come and get it and make everybody sick, but
Yeah.
I'll stay put.
Oh, here Susan's mentioned the other benefits: free shipping, free delivery, 10 cents per gallon off gas, Paramount Plus streaming service is free.
Yep.
So if you knew about those, Mike.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Because
good, good,
not
good.
only do you get, like she said, free shipping if they
Uh-huh.
got to ship it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
free delivery if they bring it from the store.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, because even like some of
mhm.
those streaming services are anywhere from, you figure they're like anywhere from $10 to $15.
Right.
So, that $9.95 per, shopping trip, that kind of washes that out. Not even talking about the free shipping, free delivery, all of that. That's really good.
Put that one up that Tom just said.
Let
Tom
me
Garvey
see.
just said.
I order one jalapenos from Instacart and some other items, but when they deliver it, they sent one jalapeno never again. You know what I've seen that was really
One
funny?
jalapeno. I bet you
I've
did a lot
seen,
with that, Tom.
yes, I've seen scenarios like that before. Like there'll be stories on Facebook where they'll ask for like 5 or 6 bananas. They'll end up getting like 4 to 6 bunches of
Yeah.
banana
Yep.
because it's just something about like the numeric for whatever reason. But that's silly though. Like one jalapeno.
Yeah.
They
One
thought you were
jalapeno.
making like a small little batch of salsa.
One jalapeno
Yeah.
popper. That's
One
it.
popper.
What up?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you
That's,
get.
that's your allotment, Tom. That's it.
Yeah. Enjoy that. Enjoy that popper.
Yeah.
You and Marie half it.
Right?
Oh
my
wow.
gosh.
Oh,
That's
dang.
funny. That is
But
funny.
we have been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh
And
wow.
definitely because you have, this
3
little
cents.
3 cent they charge. That is crazy. That is so crazy. Oh my gosh.
Oh
I hope
my.
that's all you ordered, Tom.
Oh
That is
yeah, I do too.
crazy.
I do
Like
too.
when you think, oh my gosh, like hopefully that person took advantage of doing other shopping for like the other orders they had.
Oh,
Because
that's so funny.
imagine if you literally just went to take care of that one order for one jalapeno.
You got the frugal shopper of Instacart.
I'm telling you. They probably thought to themselves, like, this man could not come to the store to get one jalapeno on his own.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my gosh.
That's something. You
Oh,
have cracked
Susie's
me up.
mentioned
You
when
have
I was
cracked me
testing
up.
for shrimp allergy, I went to the fish counter and got like 3 shrimp, LOL. But they didn't give me a hard time.
I'm testing. I'm testing. He's a curbside manager
Oh,
for the grocery store.
and I have
That's
gotten a
awesome,
lot of praise from
Yvonne.
neighbors
Oh
that I
wow.
raised him right. Oh, he knows
That's
that.
great to hear.
Oh,
That makes you feel great.
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I got to meet Yvonne at Hack Your Health. It was great.
I love it.
No, that's amazing. When you hear compliments like that about, the way you raise your children. Oh, because
Mhm.
being a parent is definitely not easy because you definitely second guess a lot. And to get that reassurance from somebody, that's amazing. It's a great feeling. Oh, Susan sharing for anyone who has EBT, it's only $50 a year. My daughter has it for that price.
Oh,
Oh, very good
that's
to
good.
know. Yeah,
That's great.
that'll
I'm glad
definitely,
you've had good experience with all
yeah,
that,
that'll
Susan. 'Cause
definitely benefit somebody.
Mhm.
And that's what it's all about, spreading
Yes,
Yep.
those
sir.
gems of knowledge out there.
Yep.
Yep. And I can order on there, and I've saved a ton of money.
You say?
Yeah, doing it a whole lot of money. And plus, they give
Mhm.
you Walmart dollars or something. I hadn't figured that part out yet,
Okay.
but I will.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stuff you can dip into as well because, other than what you accrue with them, take advantage of some of the other apps like Ibotta. You can earn on Ibotta.
I need to do that. I haven't done
Mhm.
that. I need to.
Yeah, so definitely, definitely
Can you
take
double dip like what I
advantage.
bought and and another one somewhere?
You
Ooh,
can.
wow.
Because they're all separate. They're all
That's
separate because
good.
Ibotta, they would have like their own threshold and everything, and
Hmm.
you have all those other applications. So thankfully they're all separate. Kyrene is here. Susan also saying I use Ibotta. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know why I hadn't started. I keep saying you need to do Ibotta, and I just ain't done it.
Because I think is it $20, Susan? I think you have to get to the $20 mark to be
Um,
able to transfer your funds where you want it to go.
okay, I can. I don't
So it's not
imagine.
it's not horribly bad. Like I know some of them require, buku bucks, like
Uh-huh.
50, $100, and sometimes it takes forever to get to that 50 to $100.
Yep.
We are currently
Wow.
talking about
A lot of stuff.
shopping, the shopping that some of the stores offer, like Walmart Plus, as well as
Mhm.
now talking about Ibotta.
Yep.
So
Just a lot
definitely
of
we dipped
random
in
stuff.
a lot of different
We've done a
topics.
potpourri of topics.
Right.
Exactly, and that's the way to do it. Nothing of stress to focus on just one topic.
Right. Yeah. What the heck?
It's
Yeah.
all it's yeah, it's all about real
It's all
life.
about life.
So here's a
Real
good
life.
one. What did you have for dinner, Sana, or have you eaten yet?
I have not eaten yet.
Mike?
I had some chicken tenders that I made in the air fryer that I did. I did them up yesterday, knowing that I wouldn't be able to cook them, and I kind of wolfed them down right before coming on.
Oh, no.
What style did you do for your chicken tenders? Was it the pork panko ones or
Pork
panko?
panko.
Okay. Yeah, those are real popular.
Yeah, I do that, and I do Parmesan cheese on it also.
Oh,
But
okay.
sometimes I do a mix.
Yeah. Did you eat, Cindy?
I have not.
Oh, so you're right there with me.
And you know what I'm having?
What are you having?
Just take a guess.
Oh my goodness. Let me let Mike see if he can take, because with her saying it that way, I definitely know. You want to take a jab at what Cindy's having.
A shot in the dark. If you watch any of our live streams, any of our stuff, you'll know this right off the bat.
You're having.
Look in the chat. Look in the chat.
Oh, you're gonna do a creamy.
Yes, sir.
What you gonna make it with?
Well, I have two different ones in the freezer. And I don't remember which ones. I know I have cantaloupe out there. And I have another one. I don't remember. It's keto chow, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And look at Tom. He's having a jalapeno tonight.
Just one time.
You have really made that jalapeno last.
Now we are so interested in how he's going to prepare this one lucky jalapeno that made it home.
You should have done a video on the one jalapeno.
You ain't lying. A little short. Look what I just got.
That would have made for some great content.
This is what I got.
Let's see how I prepare it, and then just reach up and take a bite out of it.
So much for that one.
Time to reorder.
Reorder another one for 3 cents.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's just too funny.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
I've been doing some experimenting with the creamy, doing it with protein powders and and such as that, and I've had a lot of success.
Videos, dude. Videos.
Yeah.
Even if it has to be a short.
I did one.
Yeah.
On what I did, and my wife, she wasn't real fond of the protein powder, but I did a cheesecake one. And, but my granddaughter, my 22-year-old granddaughter, she loved it. My wife said, "Yeah, I'm not a big fan," and it was on video. It's out there. And my granddaughter said, "Well, here, Nana, give it to me. I'll eat it. I love it."
Right. That's right. I have not experimented. I stick with keto chow. It's like I can't lose.
I'm telling you, creamies are so popular right now. Like especially all the craze, even with the protein powders. Oh my gosh, the way it's just taken off.
Sana, did you see that? You're welcome, Susan. Did you see that cream of mushroom and baked potato soups are back in stock?
Are back. Yeah,
really?
They're back.
Yes.
Yeah, they're back.
As of yesterday.
Well, I've got the tomato and the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it taco and chicken?
There's spicy taco. There's tomato basil.
I got tomato
chicken,
basil.
There's beef.
Chicken.
And then there's the cream of mushroom and the baked potato.
Now, the way I want to try one on the creamy is I want to make it with, I want to make the cottage cheese one of the cottage cheese ice creams.
Yeah.
There are so many recipes of cottage cheese.
Oh, man.
That's all
Especially
I've
the
been
viral,
seeing.
the viral
Oh,
flatbread right now.
I
It's
got to
Mhm.
try
so
that.
good.
I got to
Yes.
try that.
It,
I haven't tried that
It
yet.
has
oh
taken
my word,
all
it's
of
so good.
every social media outlet by storm,
Oh
only
yeah.
because it is texture-wise and taste-wise, it is very much flatbread.
Have you tried it yet? Have you
I have
made it,
not.
Sana?
I've made it.
It's
I've made it.
ridiculously easy
It
and so
is
good.
so easy. So easy. And then like if you think about like the cost of any of the other options that are out there, making
Mhm.
it this way and like knowing you could just put it in like a sheet pan and slice that in like even like in like four. Oh my gosh.
Be safe,
And for
Tom.
the taste, it's good. It's
Uh,
really, really
Lee and I, we did a pizza thing. We did not plan on it. We did not plan on doing pizza. We just kind of both decided to do pizza. Didn't the week before
mm,
this last Wednesday, not this week Wednesday, but last Wednesday,
Mhm.
and he did the uh, cottage cheese flatbread as his crust, and
yeah, yeah.
he loved it. He said, "I gave it to my kids to try it. I didn't tell them it was cottage cheese, and they loved it." Said uh, one of his boyfriends said, "Well, I don't like the size of the way you cut the onions." He said, "Well, that doesn't affect anything else, so I can
Mm,
fix that. What about the rest of it?" He said, "Oh, it was great." Then he said, "I told him it was cottage cheese," and they're like, "What?" You know.
yeah.
And his buddy Rusty, who goes with him on some of his, they do a lot of stuff together. And he doesn't. Rusty has a very limited palate, so to speak, and he tried it and loved it. He said, "That's good." He said, "That's
Yeah, I
good."
mean, my husband hates cottage cheese,
Uh-huh.
but he really liked it. And I'm like, that's all
Yeah,
that it
because
is that and
that's the
eggs.
thing. But it's like
It's
you
crazy.
don't even taste
No,
cottage cheese though.
it's
That's
just
the thing
incredible.
about it. You just don't taste it.
It is absolutely incredible. The things people come
Yeah,
up with.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, who
I'm not
knew?
yeah.
that creative.
No,
But
because I had our 15-year-old, he helped me make it and he kind of gave that look because you're blending up the cottage
It's
cheese
like,
and all the
"Ooh."
ingredients and he's kind of like, okay. So then here, we're spreading it out on the parchment paper and so I told him, listen, I said, you've seen 5+ years worth of these wild recipes we've made. And I said, give it a chance.
yep.
I said, let's show a little bit of grace
Uh
and
huh.
let's just see what
See
happens.
what
And when I
happens.
tell you, he was shocked. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, how did this turn into like bread? So he was amazed because like literally, like you
Yeah.
see it coming out like when we used to do in school. Remember like the paper machete, how we used to take the newspaper strips and used to have to dip it in that goopy glue. It very much looked like that. So like for him to see it and he's like, how did it become? Like, how did it go from that to becoming like a bread? To them it
It's
was like
science.
magic. He was completely mind blown. He said, "Oh my gosh, I can't." He's like, "I can't believe it."
That goes under that thing. Weird science.
But that's
You
what I'm
ain't kidding.
saying.
Mhm.
I can't
I'm
believe
telling
you
you, Mike,
haven't
if
tried
you
that yet,
try it,
Mike.
yes, if you
I'm gonna try
try
the
it, you
flatbread. I
are
haven't
gonna
done
be
that yet.
shocked.
I
You will be
made a
shocked.
I made a taco dip, and it was done with cottage cheese, and I blended it and gave it to my wife. Now she's not a big fan of cottage cheese, but she'll eat it.
Okay, okay.
And she took a bite of it, and she like, "Oh my God, this is so good.
Mhm.
What did you make it? How'd you make it?" I told her what it was, and she goes, "You're kidding me. This is cottage cheese?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "How is it? It doesn't taste like cottage cheese." I said, "It's because it's not so much the taste as it is the texture."
Right, right.
A lot of folks who say they hate
Absolutely.
cottage cheese, it's the texture of it, not necessarily the taste.
I believe
Mm,
that because it
yeah,
it does look kind of bleh.
Yeah,
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 I like it.
I
It
do
yeah,
doesn't
too.
matter.
I do too.
But
I've used it as to mix in a salad rather than dressing.
yeah.
I'll just eat it right out of the thing.
I've done that too. I'll stick a I'll
Yeah.
I'll take some sausage and stick it in there and stir it up and eat it, or bacon and do it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy what you can do. I've made chips out of it.
Yeah.
Just putting
Uh-huh.
blobs of it in the
On the
microwave.
parchment. Yeah. On parchment
It's
and putting in the microwave. Yup. As
crazy.
easy as that.
Yvonne says like the sardine challenge,
Mm-hmm.
but also salmon, mackerel, oysters, and cod liver.
Right.
I'll
So
eat
she
any
was
of that
sharing
but
up
cod
here.
liver.
She's doing the omega-3 challenge.
Okay.
So Lisa had asked her exactly what it was. So this is what she's saying, that it's kind of like the sardine challenge, but also allows salmon, mackerel, oysters, and cod liver.
I am
That's the
good.
first I
I
ever
could
heard of
do
that one, though.
I could do tuna,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
yeah.
all this and maybe salmon. But all
Mm-hmm.
that other stuff, no,
I
no,
love
no.
sardines. I want it boneless and skinless,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but I love them. Or even the little fish steaks that you get in the can. Those are great too.
Yeah. For me, I don't mind it because we have some here.
I got some
Because
in the
I'll
cabinet
I'll
right now.
I'll eat it without a problem because even with my mother's side being Turkish, that was very Mediterranean.
Right,
You ate
exactly.
a
Yeah.
lot of that stuff,
Right.
and I grew up on it. So for me, it's very much, the norm
Mhm.
to eat it.
Yeah.
That like literally that's all we did. We just sauteed it a little bit, squeezed a little bit of lemon, and we had like a big like Mediterranean Turkish style like salad, and that's what we ate.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'll be there for dinner on that one.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
And it was good stuff. Look at Cindy making her face.
man. Now
My appetite just went right out the window.
the only
Have
thing
you
out of
have
that
you ever
is
had them before, Cindy, in your life?
No,
Sardines? Oh, you never even had
no,
them.
see,
no.
now the only one on there that I won't do is cod
Yeah.
liver. I have never found a single bit of
Yeah.
liver I like. Not any liver.
No. For
See,
me,
my
I think it's
mom,
like the aftertaste.
Yeah,
I
that's it
can't do
with me.
growing,
it.
Now
Yeah.
cod liver may be totally different. I don't
Right.
know, but
now, see,
I just
growing
know
up,
every other kind I don't like.
as we were growing up, my mom didn't like fish of any kind. It did not matter
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
was. So we rarely ever had it in the house. I love tuna fish. We always had that because my dad would
Mm.
take that to for work.
I call
Right.
that
Right.
poor man steak.
Yeah.
I'm cool with being a poor woman, not a poor man.
That works too. Poor
I
plug gender here steak.
Uh-huh.
Plug
Right.
gender.
Karen, I love you, but there is no way on God's
She's
earth I
trying.
am trying
She's
sardines.
trying. She's
Oh
trying.
lordy.
Hey, no way.
Yeah,
No,
because I bet you
no.
if you did not like any seafood, then I would say, okay, there's no chance that you would like it. But if you did do like Mike said, like the boneless and the skinless,
And
it's like
faceless.
but it's like any other white it's like any other white
I
fish
ain't
out
eating nothing
there.
that has eyes looking at me.
No,
There's
with this
no
boneless and
way.
skinless, you
No, but
got to
that's what takes care of it with
No,
the boneless and skinless.
Yeah, it's gone. That's
no,
gone. But
no.
I have been told, like chicken liver, I have been told that if you pate it, if you
Yeah.
puree it and
Right.
pate it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
put in some olive oil and all and treat it kind of like you would
Mhm.
hummus, not exactly, but a little bit, and season it. That you'll love, even if you hate liver, you'll love that. I'm going. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay.
You know, back to Karen's comment. I love Neely's breading,
Uh-huh.
but that is such a waste to put it
Oh
on
no.
sardines.
Well, at least you have company with Debbie because she can't do sardines either.
No, I've got more company. Susan Hampton. I don't care
Uh,
for sardines.
Well, here's
Nope.
one that's going to blow your mind. Growing up, now my daddy was raised. My mama is Australian. She was Australian. And my daddy, he was country Georgia. And they met during World War II in Australia. And he would I had my first chitlins with him, and I don't like the boiled as much as I do the fried, but they're really good to me. But he also, in the morning, what we would have on some mornings was scrambled eggs with brains. And that's hog brains. Hog
You
brains that
see?
I'm telling you, it ain't that bad. It's pretty good.
Well, it's like Yvonne said, I grew up in Germany. Nose to tail,
Nose to
including
tail.
brain, was the norm.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was
You
the
are a
same,
stronger woman than I am, Yvonne.
But that's just it. Like that culturally, that you don't have no waste.
Yay,
That's
Jeff.
very much.
well, in Georgia or in the rural South,
Yeah.
when it comes to the pig,
Right.
we use everything from the rooter to the pooter.
hmm But that's the thing, yes, because really, truly, it's like it's almost like a disrespect to not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect anyone, but I have my limits.
Down to the tutor, Cindy. Don't disrespect.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
you see
From the
Susie
rooter
sharing
to the
as well.
tutor.
I
I'll tell
like
you,
turkeys that eat them with their
we've gone through Costco, and I know they have the skinless, boneless sardines.
Yeah.
And I look at Brian. I said, "Would you like to try these?"
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
I'm good. So, nope.
Oh no.
And I like seafood.
Yeah.
He loves seafood. And he's like,
Do you like hot sauce?
very, very minor. I don't
Okay.
like things real spicy.
Maybe Frank's Red Hot. Have you had it?
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. If
I'm not eating sardines, buddy.
if I put a little bit on a Quest chip or a high-low chip or something, I kind of smush it up and make like a pate out of the sardine and put a little bit of that Frank's Red Hot on there, and you try it.
Right. Yeah.
You would never know it was a sardine.
I'm telling you, I really think doing like Susan saying that she probably would try it, the boneless and skinless. I'm telling you, Cindy, if you it would be literally like tuna. You said that you eat tuna. It would literally be like tuna.
Where is my sister?
No, because we are gonna get Deb on.
She's called for backup.
She's
called
for backup. Hold up. Debbie tried them. I think it was Wendy that was doing a challenge. I think. And she tried them.
Oh yeah, because they did the sardine. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not gonna do them again.
But which ones did she have? She had the full on skin and bone and everything.
I'm sure she had the boneless, skinless if she was going to try anything.
Oh,
yeah.
You do them in a stir fry? Oh,
yeah.
No, Mike.
Them?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
That is next level good. Yeah, it is good.
You see, but just like Karen saying, don't knock it until you've tried it.
Yeah. Pickled pig feet.
That's right, Karen.
There are some things that I will. No way.
Now, Lisa Ortega.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a pickled pig's feet? She said she grew up eating pig's feet.
Yeah.
I grew up eating them, and oh my Lord, I'd eat them in a heartbeat.
I haven't had those either. But that I would probably consider before I would consider them tiny little nasty fish.
Somebody said, "You eat the feet?" I said, "Well, you wash them first."
Right.
My sister is MIA.
Uh-oh.
Her daughter's in town with her.
Oh,
okay.
The bone-ins. No, I'm not eating bones. No. No.
She's had the pickles. Yes, they are yummy.
You see?
Oh yeah. They are yummy.
No.
Karen Sherry only tried it because Anita ketogenic
Yes,
woman.
of course she did. Nope.
I'll tell you something.
Honey, I love your rye bread, but you ain't gonna talk me into this one.
I'm
You
gonna
could
make a
put it on
sardine
her rye
chopper.
bread.
I'm gonna make a sardine chopper just for you.
You see? Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you. I discovered something that it is so good.
Not sardine related, I hope.
No.
Okay, thank you.
No. You can do it with canned salmon, or you can do it with canned tuna. But or mackerel. You can do it with canned mackerel. Um, you take you mix up your tuna just like you would regular, or you ever how you like doing it, or your salmon, and then take about half the bag of, do like 2 cans, maybe 3 cans or whatever, but use like half the bag of a bag of shredded cabbage that you put for coleslaw
Uh-huh. Right.
in there, cut it up real good and fine, mix it in there with it, and serve it like that. It is good.
Yeah. I've done something like that. It's refreshing.
It
And
is.
it's like it's good, especially right now with the summer and everything. And like Tom was saying that they're gonna have 109 degrees there.
Yep.
It really it's good. It's good.
And
It's
you got
almost like a
it's a
cold
salad,
casserole
right?
almost.
It's
Yeah.
like a salad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
See,
salad.
It's really
I got
good.
another one. I got another one on my side. Jerry's on my side.
You got a bunch on your
But
side.
Jerry quail eggs,
I'll eat them.
Yeah. You've had quail eggs, Cindy?
I have. They're Stacy from Easy Peasy Keto. She brought
Yeah.
some for a meetup,
Oh, right,
and I got
right.
some.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time cracking them little suckers. I'm like, I would have to eat a dozen of those. They're so tiny.
But they're good. They're
I
good
couldn't get them
though.
to crack open.
I see these chefs
Oh,
fry
I
these.
felt like throwing it against the wall to crack it. It was like I'm pounding on the counter.
Oh my
I see these cooking
Hey.
shows where they'll fry a chicken egg,
Mm,
and then
right.
they'll take a cutter and they'll cut out the edge of it to make it round, and then put it on top or whatever
Oh,
for the
yeah,
presentation.
yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you just cook a quail egg?
I'm telling you.
Because if what are you gonna do with the rest of that egg now? I said, you're throwing away egg. I'm going,
We have a
Oh my
troll.
gosh.
We have a troll.
Yeah, I didn't even highlight it because no,
No.
we are not taking this political. Nope.
No,
There's
heck
enough
no.
there's enough noise out there about that topic. Yeah, we don't need that noise on this end. It's getting definitely more attention than it needs. Oh, you see? Lisa says that she'll make it.
Go
There you
for
go.
it. Don't bring it
can.
tomorrow, Lisa. Nope.
Fishy fingers. I have.
Yes, I am. I will eat chicken all day long, Karen.
Yes, they're very pretty. Yeah, because
She called me a
they're
chick.
all unique when it comes to the quail eggs. But like
What I-
They're
small.
cute,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but small,
but they're harder than heck to crack open.
tiny and hard. Yeah,
And it takes a lot of them.
it does.
I
Oh,
would.
I had
It's
some
like,
quail eggs
wow.
yesterday. They're so creamy. Yes, they are
I'd rather
good.
have an ostrich egg. Now that's my size egg.
Oh, does
They were
anyone know what this is?
tried fishy
Fishy
fingers.
fingers.
I don't know who this
Share,
Fishy
share.
fingers. Fish fingers. Yeah, I've had like fish sticks. I have made that using tuna and canned salmon.
Yeah, so would
And
that be like fish sticks?
yeah,
No,
gotta be.
because that would just be like codfish, the fish sticks.
Mm.
One guy, one screwdriver. No, can't say as I have.
I know a lot of people like quail eggs. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good.
Take care
They
of
are.
You
them.
have
They're
the right
very
tool to crack
tasty.
them
They're
open.
about a bite. It's like one bite of an egg. You're done. That's it.
Oh, thanks for stopping by, Yvonne.
Bye,
She got to put
Yvonne.
her grandson to bed. Enjoy the weekend.
Have y'all, Lisa? Have you had The canned smoked oysters. The I've tried them. I like them, and I've got a recipe that I found that I want to try, where you cook it in the can in the air fryer with cheese and all kind of stuff,
Oh,
and it's really good.
up, Cindy.
Oh yeah, I tell you what.
Let me.
Let me tell you, Monday we had one, a bot
Is
in our
is
chat.
is this person on your side, Cindy?
I guess so. I don't
I
know who it
see.
is,
I see.
but
I don't either.
delete
But I
them
got a foot for you.
and ban them.
I can't because he's on one of the one of your destinations.
I can. I got a
Only you
foot.
guys can either
I
ban him
got
or
it.
something. You
There it
got
is.
him? Okay.
Hopefully that's
Uh-huh.
gonna take
Mm-hmm.
care of
No,
it.
it took care of it. Took care of it.
He's
Because I could
gone.
see it on this end. Yep, he gone.
Oh, let me tell you, Monday with Karen, Therese, and Deb,
Yeah.
this one person, I'd ban them and block them, and they kept coming back. And they kept coming back, and they kept coming back, and I kept banning them, and they kept coming back.
Uh-uh.
I was
No
so
life.
aggravated. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Feel sorry for them because that just shows they don't have a life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wish I could eat. No,
But
I'm
I'm
not
not
there.
there.
Nope.
I would say definitely you would probably tolerate the quail eggs because honestly, even like our kids loved it.
I like the quail
I
egg.
don't
Yeah.
see a difference in them and regular eggs.
No,
No,
I
Duck,
didn't
no,
either.
duck eggs, same way with
no.
duck
And
eggs.
they loved it, I think, because of like just like the cutesiness of it, of how
Hmm.
tiny they were. And then you see like the little yolk and the little white. So for them, it was, unique in that sense. So they loved it just for,
Listen. By the time I got that little sucker cracked open, that yolk was hard.
Oh
I did a
Lord.
dozen of them at a
Oh my
time trying to
goodness.
get them in my big skillet. I was like,
Oh
what?
my gosh,
Now
Oh
I've had
man.
duck eggs too. They have a
we
little
are
bit
gonna
tougher
need
texture, but
you
they're good.
to soon purchase some quail eggs and do a
No,
video.
no.
That's hilarious. I
I'm
love it.
telling
Do
you,
a video.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
Brian, this ain't worth it.
Yeah, but Debbie, definitely try the quail eggs because the texture is very nice, is what I would say. Like in comparison to
What
like,
the hell?
it's really good. Really, really good.
Is that directed at me from Hay?
Idiots. Total
Mm-mm-mm.
idiots. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, the liver. That's
Now,
the thing, I had liver growing up, but
Brian
I just
loves
lost my appetite for it. I
Brian
can't.
loves beef liver and onions.
That's the
And
way, yeah. That's the way my grandmother she used to make it.
he loves that. Anytime we go anywhere to eat
Yeah.
and they have it, 9 times out of 10, that's what he'll order.
And you know what's funny? I cook it for my husband. For my husband Tony. We actually have some in our garage freezer. We have liver.
Now
We have
I'll eat a
liver out
chicken gizzard.
there.
I like chicken gizzards, Lisa. I like them. I just hadn't developed a
It's
taste for
just
chicken liver.
yeah. It's just
Now,
weird. Like
here's the
with age, I lost the
I
taste.
like chicken gizzards.
Yeah.
I do like those.
I I do cook chicken livers for
Yeah.
my wife and my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law. They
Mhm.
love them. Lord help, they love them. I
Mhm.
saute them for them,
Yeah.
and they'll eat. Man, good Lord, they love them. I've never
Same,
had a
Susie.
turkey gizzard. I
Turkey
haven't had
gizzards. I
that.
like those too.
Yeah.
I don't eat liver. I've tried it
That's the
so many
thing. I
times.
just I lost I the from what I remember that it tastes like from childhood. Mm-mm. It tastes so different to me now and not a good difference. So that's why I don't eat it any longer. But no, my husband he still loves it, so I'll cook it for him. But no,
Now, see, with my mama,
I lost the
we'd have
taste.
liver on the table, beef liver,
Yeah,
chicken livers, and I'm like, oh. And in
yeah,
our house now, if it was on the table, you best eat
yeah.
it.
Oh
You
yeah,
best.
Now,
absolutely. Yeah.
at Thanksgiving time, when I was a kid, my dad and I would fight over the turkey gizzards.
Okay.
They,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but just like Mike said, if it made it to that table, you had no other options.
That's it. And if it went on your plate, you ate it all.
Exactly.
And if you got seconds,
Exactly.
you're going to eat all that too.
You're gonna eat all of that too, yeah? Yeah. Chicken gizzard goes well with a lemon party.
A lemon party, huh?
So Brian, how are you making it kind of like almost like a lemon chicken in a way? Because that's where my mind goes to is chicken franchise is, but that consists of all that breading and, frying and all of that. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. If it's like a lemon sauce that you're doing with it.
Well, the lemon, that's not a bad idea because it could change the entire taste of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's what he's referring to. Yeah.
Don't know.
Oh,
Not sure who that
There's so
is.
there's so many different ideas out there, I'm telling you. So what are your plans for tonight, Mike? I know
Tonight,
Paige is having a movie party over there.
movie marathon in Athens, which is about an hour and a half away. But I'm gonna get my brother-in-law in here, and we're gonna watch the Braves game. But I got to walk the dogs here too. Just a minute. They're right here at my feet, looking up at me like, when we gonna go out?
Our time is overdue.
It's like,
That's what they're trying to say.
All right, I'm gonna look up lemon party. I'm gonna Google it, and I hope it ain't gonna be nothing dirty.
Yes, let's hope.
Because I don't want that in my search history. I don't want that. The search history police will come after me.
Right.
don't look it up, Mike.
I'm not. Yes, I am.
Hey, do not look it up. I just did. You don't want to look it up.
Oh, okay.
And
oh no.
Let's
is that another one?
That too.
Is this dude just making new ones?
Are they on your site, Cindy?
Yeah, it must be. I just took care of them.
Oh my goodness.
I swear these a-holes like me.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. We never had these issues.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
there's a way that we can keep it at only subscribers can comment. I don't know how to do it.
That's tricky too, though, because
I don't want to limit that.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah,
because that may keep somebody from subscribing that wants to subscribe and all.
Right.
They won't ever discover you.
Exactly. But if it got bad enough, I might do that to where they know, oh, he's not even letting me comment.
Then
after a while, I'll go to do it.
Where the hell are they coming from?
Lord help! It's the same guy creating new things.
Probably.
Well, guess what? God loves you too.
Exactly.
And I'm trying. Yep. God loves you, and I'm trying.
Gosh. I believe this was about the gizzards. Because when she said she loves chicken gizzards too, she makes them like ketogenic woman Anita.
Yeah.
Probably sardines. Oh,
Anita
is big on the sardines. Anita has just got through a 3-day sardine thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anita does some great stuff.
Oh gosh, yes.
She's fantastic.
She's another one of those creative geniuses in the kitchen that we have in this community.
Yep.
That and daggone Chris
Cooking Nashville is another.
Oh, that man has created some masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little bit labor intensive, but by golly, they're good.
It's shocking, like that the things that he comes up with, like you think to yourself like, huh, like why did I not come up with that?
Yeah.
Because the things that he comes up with, it's just when you really think about it and then you're kind of putting into perspective the ingredients, you're just thinking to yourself like, yeah, like that definitely works.
Yeah.
But it's like, for him, it's like he has that creative mind that it comes to him.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go.
Yes.
Yes.
No, we are just right now hitting the 2 hour mark, and
Oh wow, I didn't even
we
realize how long it had been.
definitely, yes, when you're in good company, it's definitely easy to
You
do.
got that right.
Absolutely.
This has been a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
Yes. No, we
Anytime
absolutely
you want to come
agree.
back, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
And
we
anytime
would
y'all would
be.
like to come on with us on the show and cook with us live, we've gone to cooking live. We'd love to
I
have y'all
know
do it.
you have.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't want to
I
do it?
no, I don't want to cook for everybody.
You don't have to cook for everybody. You just cook what you're cooking and
I
do it
I
live.
mentioned it to Cindy one time and nope.
You know what? I put steaks in the air fryer. That's the extent of it.
Oh,
Because we don't have all the side dishes with it. We
Right.
just have meat. So it's easy. It's like
hey, there
easy.
you go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. That's you can give the carnivore version of it all.
Right. Show the
Like
simplicity.
I made the other night. I made deep dish pizza.
Carnivore with keto chow. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go. But do it. Y'all come on, one of you. Holler at us and we'll bring you up. I'll send you a link and you can do it with us and cook. We'd love to have the carnivore link on it.
I'm not a carnivore.
Well, you just were talking about I'll do the steak
I'm
in the
just going to
oven and
be,
that's it.
oh, but because that's typically what we eat.
Well, there you go.
We're
Oh
heavily
my
meat
gosh.
based with keto chow and chalk zero.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Susie's
stuff's
agreeing.
good.
That's what I do, Cindy.
Oh, I
Carnivore
don't do
Yeah.
the
plus keto
core.
chow
I do
core.
all of
That
it.
stuff's
Mm.
good.
What's that?
Chalk zero, that's good.
I trust me, I know. I have so much in my house. It's like,
Man, their
She
idea
got
of a,
an impressive stash of all the things.
my problem is their idea of a serving ain't my idea of a serving.
thank you. Thank you. Now, let
I'm
me
like, I'm
ask
see
you.
the serving size. I said, no, dude, I can spill
Oh
more than
my
this.
goodness.
That's right. Does
That's too
Paige
funny.
enjoy it?
Yes, yes, she
Does it
does.
spike her blood sugars?
No, it does not.
You see?
And
Uh-huh.
uh, the Walmart bread, the Nature's Own keto bread,
Yeah.
and the Aldi bread, they don't
Uh-huh.
spike her blood sugar either.
You see?
I stay away from those because the doctor told me a long time ago he thought I had celiac.
Oh,
Okay, right,
And
right, right.
all of that keto bread has wheat starch and wheat
Yeah.
this and
Right, right, right.
but when he told me this, is
Mhm.
a doctor I no longer go to. I had been on keto forever. I hadn't had any gluten, hadn't had any wheat for like years. I'm like, I don't know what you're looking at, dude, but I'm not going to chance it either.
but
So,
it doesn't spike it.
Yeah.
Also the Thomas's mini bagels, little half uh, they're like thin bagels.
Oh,
mhm.
okay. Uh-huh.
Thomas makes them. They're keto.
Yeah.
Those don't spike them either.
Oh, you see?
Yeah. Well,
Uh-huh.
I'll make my own bread and
Yeah.
Karen's recipe for the rye bread.
Mhm. Yeah.
Don't forget you got to check that out, Mike. It's
I'm gonna.
some
I
good
promise.
stuff.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
done. And the zero carb street tortillas,
Mhm.
they don't spike it either.
But you see, that's very much like, and that's the thing, like a lot of people, especially with the chalk zero, like Cindy and I, we spoke about this once before, because so many, they make it like taboo
Mhm.
to everybody. And it's
Oh
like
yeah.
just because you're glucose reacted in that way. Doesn't mean everybody's is going to respond in that same way. Like you can't straight across the board
Yep.
make something taboo because our bodies,
It's all
thankfully,
different.
are different. Thankfully, are all unique.
Yeah.
That
See,
was the
my,
way they
Yeah.
were designed to be.
If we
my
were all the same,
problem,
it'd be a dull life.
Dull life,
my
dull and
problem,
boring.
my problem with the Chalk Zero is there is no moderation, like Mike said. That a serving is not a serving.
No.
Right,
Mm-mm.
right.
I can spill
And
Yeah.
more than that.
Brian,
Yeah.
I think the only way it might spike his is if he eats too much of it at one sitting.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
grab one piece. We have some in a container on our island, and he'll go and he'll just grab one piece and walk away.
That's the
I
way it is
can't
with
do
Paige.
that.
Mm.
That's the way it is with Paige, and we have run into a new thing with her. Uh, she can be really quiet during the night when she'll wake up and get up, and I won't know she got up.
Mhm.
Uh, and she's gotten to where she's sleep eating. She'll come in the kitchen and get
Oh,
something, and
right.
she'll say, "What's going on? I don't understand why my weight went up like this." I said, "Well, I'll see the remnants of what she ate during the night." I said, "This is probably why."
Yeah.
This is and she'll say, or there'll be a time. It's not every night she does it, but it happens on some nights,
Mm.
and maybe her blood sugar will go up,
Yeah, yeah.
and where we've had it under control and all, and then all of
Mhm.
a sudden it'll pop up, I say that's why.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
we'll have one of them little keto treats in here to eat every now and then, and she'll have more than she should, and it'll make it go up some, and she'll
Mhm.
say, "But that was
Mm.
keto." I said, "Well, if you eat enough of anything, it ain't keto no more."
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's
All
for
right,
any of
folks.
us.
Mike, I want to tell you thank you, first of all, for coming on. It has been a lot of fun.
It
My
has.
husband, I finally got him on. Sana, you haven't even watched it yet, I bet. I finally got him on
No.
live with me 2 weeks ago to tell his story.
All right.
So that might be awesome if Paige would watch it, if she would
We
remember it,
will do it. We will do it.
because it was really good. There was tears everywhere. It's like
And that's why
making
I
me
have not
cry.
had a chance to watch it because I can't watch something like that and multitask at work because I will be a complete mess.
Mhm. But it was good.
So I
It
have
went on
to
for about an
wait
hour
to
and a
watch
half.
it because just knowing so much of his story already, it's gonna get the waterworks like crazy for me,
Well, I
Yeah.
got a feeling it
especially with
probably
pregnancy
parallels Pages a
hormones.
lot. I got a
It,
feeling it
it
probably parallels hers a lot.
Yeah,
with the diabetic part, yeah.
Yeah.
But he
yeah.
has so much else going on that had
And that,
happened and
yeah,
that
and
he had
that's the
done.
thing. When you hear everyone's journey, you don't really realize how much in common some of us have, but there's
And
Uh-huh.
so much
Yeah.
commonality.
on the flip
Yeah,
side of that,
Hmm.
when you hear somebody else's story, you realize how lucky you are.
exactly. Yeah.
Because everything
Hmm.
you're going through right now, Mike, with your wife and your brother-in-law
Yeah,
and your mother-in-law, is it that you
Yes.
take to the store
yeah.
or you shop for? It's it's tough. Yes, Lisa, I will be there with my guinea pig.
There you go.
That's
Brian,
what
aka
Brian
guinea
considers
pig.
himself when he tastes
Thank
my
you, Susie.
food.
It's been a fun time.
Yes.
You hear,
No,
Mike?
this has been great.
When I do my videos and Brian will taste something on camera, he says, "The guinea pig is back."
Paige is
Thank
my
you,
taste
Susie.
tester.
You see?
Yep.
Paige is my taste
We
tester, and
we
I'm
all,
telling you,
we all have the taste tester.
well, and I tell folks, I say, hey, if she don't like it, she gonna tell you she don't
Oh
like it.
yeah.
She
That's
gonna
right.
tell you.
Yeah.
See, I think my husband is different because he likes everything,
Mhm.
or he doesn't have any taste buds. One of the two. Like,
No.
but it's good. Anyway, thank you everyone in the chat. This
Yes.
has been great. And Mike, it has been such a joy
Yes,
Oh,
it's been
thank y'all.
such a
and a lot
pleasure
of
having you on. And thank
Much
you,
appreciated.
everything you do have going on.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for being transparent and sharing it,
You're
because
very
I think
welcome.
that's also what people have to realize. Like, life will happen, life
Yeah.
will life. It's very much the reality, but the way that you're still showing an example to everybody,
Thank you.
that still, yeah, you just keep going forward.
I try, and it's I promise you now, I have my bad days.
Of
But
course.
You
That's
wouldn't
to be
be human if
expected.
you
Yes,
didn't.
that's to be expected.
I
Absolutely.
mean, there's
Yeah.
times where my husband will just sit down and he'll start
Hmm.
crying
Yeah.
just because.
Yeah, right.
Everything that
Yeah.
he's got going on in his life and the things that he's had to give up,
Yeah.
like his job that he loved. And he's like, he would just every once in a while, he said, I don't know
Hmm.
what got into me. I said, you're
Yeah.
human. Don't worry
Absolutely.
about it.
Absolutely. And I think it's very important for men especially. And that's
Mhm.
why for me being a boy mom, because of course now I'm going to be having like my third boy added to the crew here, I think it's so important for men to show the example
yep.
that they are very much able
Human.
and have the right as a human being to be emotional, to cry if they need to cry.
That's right.
Society wants to put like, no, the man has to be strong. He's the head of household. No, that is not fair to any man out there to put that type of weight that you must carry it and hold it inside and give this, this facade that you're Mr. Tough Guy or tough dad. No. It is so
Yeah.
important for young men to see out there men being emotional. It's
Mhm.
huge.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and on that note, before anybody does start tearing up,
All right.
let's let's call it a night. I want some ice cream.
Well,
Cindy's ready. She's ready for her creamy.
I want to hear skull.
But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Like I
Yeah.
always say, you could be doing anything with your Friday night, but the fact that you stopped by for any little bit of time
Mhm.
with us, we wholeheartedly appreciate. Make one, make one for Lisa as well. Yup, she
You'd
got to
have to
share. She
come down
definitely
here because
has the
it'll melt by the time
stash.
I get there.
Yes, she definitely has the
Yeah.
stash
Hey,
to share with all of the chat.
but
You can best
man,
believe that.
the good thing about a creamy, if it melts, just stick it back in the freezer.
If you have
Or
not
just
seen
drink it.
already, Mike, you have to check out Cindy's video
All right.
showing her keto chow stash because
All
you
right.
will be mind blown.
I will do it. I
I didn't
will
even
do it.
show it all. Like I told you, I
That's
forgot
the thing.
some.
Yes, good night,
Good night,
Karen.
Karen.
Good night,
All
everybody.
right, take care, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Have a blessed weekend, everybody.
Good night.